Welcome to the Power of Lifting podcast. I'm Eric Cafferty, owner of the Mecca Gym. I am a strength and conditioning coach and a contest prep specialist. The focus of this podcast is to dive into the mindset and the drive of people who have done incredible things with their lives. Thank you for joining us on the Power of Lifting podcast. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. For more content like this, follow Eric Cafferty and the Mecca Gym on all social media platforms.
Is that our action?
Old-fashioned clapper.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
What's up, team?
Hi.
So this is exciting.
Very.
I don't know if everybody's noticed, but we've got a new situation.
I'm looking sexier.
Is that what it is?
It's a new shade of blue.
Yes. Well, welcome to the Power of Lifting podcast.
50 Shades of Blue.
And that's going to be renamed to 50 Shades of Blue.
Yeah.
That's great.
That is awesome.
It's great. Yeah, so our resident lighting expert, Jordan, has blessed us.
Yes, greatly.
He
Blessed us
shined us
greatly.
with his greatness there.
He did.
Shined upon us.
And I know you can't see this, but there's a large orb. He basically put the sun right here.
Pretty much. Don't look at it.
It's
directly.
incredible.
Directly.
Yeah. So there's
like
going to be none of this.
It's very extraterrestrial.
It is.
Yeah.
But this is great. No, I'm loving
It
this.
looks great.
So we're bringing up the production quality, as well as we're getting real down to business. We've made some hires,
Big time hires.
big time hires.
Company shaking hires.
That's right. So without further ado, we're going to welcome our guest for this week, Mr. Zac Phillips. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
And he is the new general manager of the Mecca Gym.
Yeah.
That's this place.
That's this place.
Which is where we're currently at. Which
Yeah.
you talk about all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the magical table.
Yeah.
It was pretty magical.
How do you like the table?
I love it.
You're
very
kind of
very-
a craftsman.
Very craftsman, natural kind of guy. So this was, I actually talked to my girlfriend about this very table.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm honored.
So you go home and say, I
Yep.
chose the right job.
Yeah, it's this table is definitely one of my favorite things about this place now.
Yeah.
It's great. So anyway, welcome to the podcast. We're glad to have you on. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you part of the team. It's your first week on the job. How you feeling?
Freaking fantastic.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Great community, great. I've been a member since almost pretty much
Yeah.
from when you,
Pretty much the beginning.
pretty much the beginning.
Yeah.
And I've been along the journeys and seen all the ups and downs. And
You can say
I'm
it. You've
super-
seen the shit show. It's
I've
fine.
seen the shit show. I have.
Good
But
times.
I keep coming back,
Yeah.
like no matter what. So
Yeah, good times. So before we get down to brass tacks here, how are you feeling about all the new toys that we got?
oh, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Like it's like a kid on Christmas, except times 1,000. It's like the whole Step Brothers things. Can you imagine we had this when we were 12?
Oh man.
Even better. Got them
Even-
when we're 40.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going through my mind every time I step in the gym. It's like,
Yeah.
nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So last week, this will be coming out in a little future. This will be out like almost mid-July, I suppose. So by the time this comes out, we will have had our prime initial prime order for a few weeks, and so far super impressed with the prime equipment.
Yeah.
Super impressed. That's our most recent order we just got in. We got a bunch of handles, which is awesome to use on cables and such. Got a couple, 3 different heights of ramps to use to elevate either toes or heels, depending on what movement you're doing. And then we got a seated hamstring curl, which I've been wanting to buy a seated hamstring curl
Have you used it?
I did yesterday,
It's
and I'm
brutal.
so sore.
So my hams are blitzed.
That's
and
awesome.
then Garrett added a band to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we annihilated
He's a
them.
fan of bands.
He's a big band guy.
Band
big
guy.
band guy. I'm also a band fan.
Band fan.
That's what we'll call it.
Band camp.
Yeah, so seated leg curl. I've been wanting a seated leg curl since the dawn of time. And I think we got the best one that's in existence right now. I'm fairly certain. Leg extension. Our leg extension that we have is actually one of my favorite leg extensions because it's centered. Your pulley system is in the middle, so it always stays nice and even. That's a big gripe I have about a lot of leg extensions. They always get torqued. But we needed another leg extension because there was always somebody on the leg extension.
Always.
Extremely popular.
Always.
It can be 11 o'clock at night, and you come in here, and there is literally someone.
And there's two people,
you're
and
like,
one of them is using the leg extension.
Exactly.
Yeah. So pumped to get their leg extension. It's also fantastic. Just the angles it's set up at, really, really efficient. And then I am selfishly most excited for the preacher curl that we got from them. Selectorized preacher curl. It's money. Definitely.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah. And it's my favorite preacher curl machine out there. I've used them all, to be honest. Every single one I've ever used. This is my favorite one. So the cool thing about the Prime equipment is they're really big on having adjustable tension. So they have a special pulley system where you can actually manipulate the cam, and the cam is shaped in, if you're watching on video, it's not round like most cams. It's kind of almost egg shaped with a tip. And as the it's not a cable, it's a band. It's a band.
Yeah,
it's
rubber.
Like it's like a hard, what would you call that? It's like a,
it's almost polymer but flexible. It's just a hard rubber.
Yeah, it's however their tensioning system. It's like what you'd use on like a pulley in a car or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it travels along this cam, and as it reaches the peak of the cam, the resistance increases. And so you rotate this cam to where it adjusts where you're feeling peak resistance on the machine and where the weight feels the heaviest. So you can do a mid-range, so it's kind of more even throughout, but focused on the middle of the range of motion. You can do it to where there's more tension at the beginning of the motion, or there's more tension at the end of the motion. And then there's two in between settings too, if that's not enough for you.
If that's not enough.
If that's not enough pain gains.
Yeah. So for all those three machines, they all do that, and it is unique.
Game
So
changer.
do you work through the points of tension, or do you try to, like, you have a favorite that you like to?
I think that, so generally speaking for people, you can find kind of the one that you get the best activation from. You may need to work and put more emphasis on a certain range of motion. Typically, like when people band things, they're trying to get more tension at the peak contraction. So you can do that without a band, or you can add a band to it to make it even more wicked.
Just.
But
I get it.
yeah. But yeah, I find that excuse me, there is kind of I'll find a sweet spot to where in one of the 5 cam positions to where I actually get the most optimal contraction.
4 is definitely my number.
4, I do like 4.
It just, so it takes, especially off the like extensions and the hamstring curl, it just takes the pressure off the knee, the back of the knee and everything like that, and it really
agree.
fires it through. So
I agree. Yeah, I also am a huge fan of setting 4. So if you're here lifting, setting 4 on those machines is money.
That's the man zone.
That's right. Try them all. I love doing drop sets where I start on one particular setting and then I go to, I'm fairly fatigued, and then switch to a different point of tension to more completely, and it does more completely exhaust the belly of the muscle for sure. So yeah, it's been great. So that's what's new around here. Zac is also new to us, so tell us a little bit about who you are, where you come from. Where were you born and raised?
So born and raised in Dothan, Alabama.
Oh.
which probably nobody up here knows where it is.
Yeah, where
But
is
most
that?
people know where Mobile is, the two little fingers that hang into the
Yep.
Gulf Coast.
Uh-huh.
It's the exact opposite corner on the Florida-Georgia line.
Oh, okay. So kind of coastal.
Yeah, you're about an hour away from the Gulf.
Okay.
So
Cool.
definitely grew up in backwoods, redneck country, but
Hey.
had the beach right there. So
There we
I
go.
wouldn't change it for the world. Wouldn't go back. But
So did you hunt and fish a lot there?
Oh, yeah.
Growing up.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I started fishing when I was about 9 years old, and
Oh,
I
nice.
literally, most kids are like, I want to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
I want to be a police officer.
Yeah.
Nope. I literally wanted a bass boat before I wanted a truck. I didn't quite understand how that worked at that time.
Right.
How I was going to get it to lake, but I wanted a bass
Well, you
boat.
could tow a truck with a bass boat.
I didn't really care at that point. I just wanted to be Bill Dance at that point. I wanted to be
Freaking
eating
Bill Dance.
water heifers into a boat all day long. So.
Water heifers. Yes. So did you do any fishing in the Gulf?
Not a lot.
Okay.
We'd go after king mackerel off the jetties a lot.
Okay.
But not a ton. My grandparents had a beach house down there, but
Oh, sweet.
I'm not a big deep sea fisher.
Saltwater, yeah.
I like the largemouth variety.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so lakes that you'd go to up
Lakes,
there.
yeah.
Okay, very
Lake
good.
Eufaula up there.
Okay, so where did it go from there? Grew up in Alabama. What was next?
Grew up in Alabama. My grandmother worked at the military base. Never in the military, but we always talked about it. I decided to join the Marine Corps when I was 18. I shipped off and spent the next 8 years here, there, everywhere, wherever Uncle Sam wanted to send me.
Yeah.
So
8 years, huh?
Yeah.
What year did you join?
I joined in 06, right after I got out of high school, and
Okay.
then got out in 2014. So
Okay, right on. So where'd you start?
the hottest place you could go, or most humid, I should say. So I shipped right off to Okinawa for my first
Oh, you did.
force. Yeah.
Wow.
So 18.
Where'd you do
life.
basic?
Paris Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And then you shipped off to Oki.
yeah, literally, I did basic. Went to MCT after that, and then I had 10 days, and then I was gone. 18 years old to a different country.
Yeah.
For
awesome.
X amount of years.
Yeah. So what was that like?
Hot.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's saying something. Like,
Yeah.
I love making fun of people up here when they say it's hot. It's
Yeah.
not hot.
Well, Alabama gets pretty warm.
It's not bad, like temperature wise. You're still
Yeah,
like
but
in the
it's-
hundreds, but it's
like-
90% humidity.
It's like sopping wet.
exactly. You step outside and it's like being in a sauna.
So you went
Gosh, that's
to
crazy.
Japan after that.
Yeah.
Right. And so how was that climate in comparison?
Worse. Like I've never had a climate like take the wind out of me. You step off the plane and it's just like it's like a
Really?
vacuum.
It's like thick.
It's thick.
Oh, wow.
That's probably one of the best ways to describe it. It's just thick.
Nice.
Thick weather.
Thick with two C's weather.
That's right.
So was
But
it
yeah.
hot there?
It wasn't like again temperature hot, just
Yeah.
super muggy and you know
Okay.
So you were never dry, one of those
no,
situations?
never.
Never dry.
Always wet.
So what did your job look like in the military at that point when you started out?
So I started out as a combat engineer. So I started in a engineer support battalion. So it was 9th ESB over there. So main thing is bridging, demolition, and construction on that side of the house.
Okay.
I spent almost 2 years there before I did my first deployment, 2007, 2008.
Okay.
We were slotted to go to Iraq,
Okay.
and got pulled off like last minute
Okay.
to be one of the first support battalions back in. And when I say battalion, that's actually not accurate. There were 7 of us
Oh.
that attached to the grunts out there.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, I mean, it was Wild Wild West. It
Yeah.
really was. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
So,
You ended up not going to Iraq.
yep. So I did 3 total tours in Afghanistan.
Oh, okay.
So
Very good. So when was your first one over there?
2007, 2008, and I
Okay.
went back in 2010, and then back in 2011.
Oh, wow.
So
What was it like there? what did you do? Where'd you go?
mainly in the Helmand province, the southern region. We did pushing into Marja and then also into Sangin throughout my second deployment, I was focused in Kandahar doing more of a specialty training with the local nationals there.
Okay.
And then the third deployment, we were pushing into Sangin, so lots of pushes and on the cusp of things. Like I said, I was talking to someone about it the other day, just the difference between the 3 deployments. Like, first one, it literally was Wild Wild West. Like, that's the best way to describe it. You can't, there's just, it's pure chaos and fun.
And fun.
And fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Where the third one was really, there's a lot of infrastructure, you know. The third one, we actually had a base, you know, things there. Like, there was internet. Like, I was writing letters, like old school Vietnam.
Oh, on your first
Oh,
deployment?
yeah, no. I didn't talk to anybody for 7 months.
Oh, wow.
Really. So,
Jeez.
the British were the only ones there. We literally, the Americans didn't have a presence there.
So you were one of the first ones over there.
Back
the
there.
American
So
side.
obviously 2001, they did a big push
Right.
into Afghanistan with special forces and things like that.
Right.
And there was a small presence. I believe it was 2.5 that was there, and then 3.8 was the infantry battalion that we attached with. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So what was your specific job when you deployed?
The first time was demolitions.
Oh, nice.
So we literally attached demolitions and then whatever the grunts needed to construct. Honestly, like, there's a lot of love hate in the community, but at that point when you're attached to a grunt unit, you're a grunt with a tool.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Your main job is to, you know, be on patrol, be with them, and then if they need a shitter built, you build a shitter.
Oh,
You know,
fair enough.
if there's a IED in the road, you go blow it up for them.
Oh.
They get kind of pissed because they like blowing shit up. But
Yeah.
that's my job. So,
Yeah. Good. Yeah,
I get to
that's
have all the fun.
So what happened as your military career was coming to a close?
So I actually, my wife at the time was pregnant with our first son during the whole deployment. So I got out of all that.
Oh.
I was literally deployed from almost the time we found out, and then I got back a week before he was born.
Oh, wow.
So I went into a non-deployable unit. So I became a combat instructor for SOI West.
Okay.
And that's kind of where I finished out my last 2.5 years with the Marines.
So just knowing some of your history, there was when you first came to the gym, we actually started working together doing some training stuff, and we were working through a lot of, like, just neurological issues that you had acquired.
Oh yeah, I got
throughout
blooped up a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. What was that like?
It's an experience. I mean,
It's an experience.
there's no. I mean, I don't know. Like the actual happening. So I was in a vehicle. Of course, we weren't wearing Kevlars in the back of the vehicle. So you, I mean, literally, you just bounce around like a pinball when you hit one.
Oh, wow.
So and you just wind up. You're like, everything was normal, and then it's not normal, and I'm on the floor with the dude's dick in my face. It's awesome,
Right.
You know? So
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, right.
but you know, there were definitely some struggles through that with injuries and just TBI and things like that.
Yeah.
From there, so really affected like my communication with my extremities and things like that. So
Yeah. So, what course did you take when you were getting out? Did you have to go through any rehab or anything like that?
So
getting out
no,
of the
that was
military?
actually. I mean, I mean, it's the military. You're like, the only thing that they had to really define a TBI at that point was, you know, spinal fluid coming out of your ear.
Right.
But there's different, you know, they've learned over time there's different levels
Right.
when it comes to that. I mean, obviously I didn't have yellow crap coming out of my ear, so
Yeah.
it was like, all right, sweet, all the limbs are there. High five, let's go.
Yeah.
I didn't really start realizing, you know, the signs and symptoms till after I got back, because it was just like that was a fun one. So I literally got blown up, and then I got launched in the air by a bridge
Oh, wow.
the following week. So I got double concussed on that one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I've got a nice little 3-inch laceration on the arm from that where I got hit. So
So is that just the first time you got blown up? You're in a vehicle. You guys are basically just driving a road, and
not even a road. This is the jacked up part about it. It's literally out in the desert.
oh,
So we call them, they're known as legacy IEDs.
oh,
these assholes literally
Just
just
planted them
plant
there.
them out. It's just hope. It's the
just
same kind of
just kinda
tactic
anywhere.
in World War II, like the minefields.
Yeah.
They're just less coordinated about it.
Right.
But yeah, no, we're literally just mobbing through the desert, and I'm the first Vic because my on that one. We were lead Vic, so sweep team. So we would literally take out and use metal detectors to clear the route before the convoys, or if we had to send a quick reaction force out off the convoy, we would sweep the areas before we establish a presence there.
So you're just driving through the middle of the desert. And
pretty much.
Bam.
Oh yeah, we were jamming out to something I don't even remember. Who knows? I mean, like I said, it was just like 1 second, and then the next sec, I remember.
You were like laying in the back.
I was
of the
laying on the
vehicle.
floor, and like I said, some dude was just on top of me,
Pancaked
and he
on
was
top
like,
of you.
so we called him the bridge midget. He was literally like 4 foot nothing, so he was laying on top of me.
Oh man.
So,
Jeez, that's crazy. So after that, how'd you get blown off on a bridge?
so I got launched in the air by a bridge. So how it works when we do our bridging, there's 2 different types. There's a medium girder bridge, which is kind of like a big old Lego set that weighs about 500 pounds a piece. So it's a man's Lego set is what we like to call it. Yeah. So it takes 4 people to lift one piece, and you're lifting it literally from ground to waist to up overhead to a full press.
Oh wow.
So
We're gonna do that here on the turf.
Oh,
Yeah.
if we could build a bridge, that'd be
great.
sick.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So we built it, and you have so obviously you've got your span like a river or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got roller beams on the edge of those, and the bridge sits on that, and you can push it across with manpower up to a certain point. So it just literally links together. So this one we were putting together was a 12 bay. So there's 12 sections. So at that point, you have to have a truck to come in and push. And we attach what's called a push bar. Well, put that on. I had the bar in my hand. One of my privates pinned the spot on the bridge, and then the driver was coming in. So I was holding it, waiting for him to pin it. And he tagged the end of the bar, sent the bridge launching, and it literally catapulted. So once the bridge hit the ground next to the river, it used that as a fulcrum point, and literally, because the push bar was attached, it launched, and my arm was over it. They said I literally went vertical, horizontal, and smack
Oh,
down.
man.
I've got so many great pictures of me just like busting up laughing because everyone's got jokes at that point. 'Cause
Oh, geez.
once I like came back to, and they're like, "Oh, he's okay." Now we're gonna make fun of him. So yeah, people's elbow, that was a big one. I gave the bridge the people's elbow for quite a while. So
Oh man, that's gnarly. So
Yeah.
when was that?
that was June 2011.
Oh, nice.
So literally they were a week apart, back to
Oh,
back.
man.
Yeah, my wife at the time, I didn't tell at all.
Sure.
That was not worth it. My pregnant wife. So
Yeah.
she found out later about that, which was funny. She's found out. So we have mine rollers. So in other words, a big freaking steel thing with a bunch of heavy ass. Think about like farming equipment, but instead of blades, they've got heavy ass tires. Well, they attach to the front of the vehicle, so if you do run it over an IED, it blows up first, and then the vehicle's fine, unless you have the assholes like we did, where it blew up the mine roller and then the back of the vehicle. So that's why it was so catastrophic. Is the mine roller hit one, and then a secondary hit the back and launched it, and it like literally. So you had the first blast. Apparently, and this is all told after. Plus, once we all gathered our thoughts and checked our britches, we have to get out and check for secondary. So that was my whole job. Was leading a team out there to sweep. So we got out and checked, and that's what you saw was 2 big craters, and the truck was actually in one of the craters. It was just like nosedived.
Oh, jeez.
Into it. But anyway, so the crap, I forgot where I was going with that. Mine roll or something. What were we talking about?
Me too.
Hey, this is the TBI part right here.
Yeah.
In effect, short-term memory
Showing an example.
is on.
I don't know. I was just getting lost in the story there.
Yeah. So where did you go post military? You got back. Where did you move back to?
So I was stationed in California, like I said, at SOI West. When I decided to get out, I was going through divorce at that point in time. I met someone who was moving to Texas.
Okay.
I was actually divorced already at that point when I met her, but she was in Dallas. When you get out of the military, they're like, thanks, high five, we're sending you back to the shithole you came from. So I was headed back to Alabama. So driving, and there was actually a bunch of fires in California at the point where when I was getting out in 2014, I didn't think I was going to get out of that place.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like racing my car, and there's fires just all the way around me.
Okay.
So it was great. It was like a movie scene, except not as cool.
Jeez.
But I felt badass because I was done with 8 years of,
Yeah.
I could finally grow a beard. That's what I was most excited. I started right away.
There you go.
Yep. But driving back to Alabama, I stopped in Dallas. The gym's always been a huge part of my life, so I was like, I'm not spending 2 weeks here not working out. So I went into a local Gold's Gym there. Talked to the GM quite a bit. Started working out there. And then it was time for me to go back to Alabama to start my life. Be an adult, I guess. I don't know.
To grow
whatever it is. And he offered me a job. And I was like, dude, I live in Alabama. He's like, well, if you decide to move, it's there for you.
Oh.
I was like, I got back to Alabama. I was like, I don't have anything here.
Yeah.
There's nothing. So I packed. I literally, the truck for all my stuff from California showed up. I loaded it into another truck, which they were assholes. They wouldn't just put it on the lawn. They had to like deliver it into the house, so I had to undeliver it into the house from the house.
Man.
And then I went to Texas. I bought a place out there and started working there.
Cool.
And then pretty much from the ground up went.
Yeah. So what did work look like there in Texas?
So I started out. It was funny. He didn't really talk about what the job would be, but he's like, I want to bring you on as a fitness consultant. I was like, sweet. What does that mean?
Yeah.
He's like, it's selling members. I was like, I don't know how to sell anything.
Yeah.
I've never sold a thing in my life. He's like, your personality, you'll be fine. I'll teach you some basic techniques, and I think you'll run with it.
Yeah.
And it literally, I sucked. Oh, it's horrible. I was god awful. I can talk to people all day, and it's hard to shut me up sometimes. But like the sales process, cold calling, and everything like that, I hated it.
Yeah.
But I really started working with my team, super big into like body language.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. I think personally, I'm not a big college fan, but if there was one thing I would go to college for is psychology.
Yeah.
I think it translates into everything anyone does. You're always going to interact with people. So I had a really good understanding of that and just really connecting, really good with empathy and connecting with people. So I kind of put that into play instead of just looking at it as the sales, because I don't like the sales.
Yeah.
And started really working with the other guys and learning what they did and mastering that. And then I started just talking to them about what worked for me and then what they should do. And it just grew, and I blew up from dead last to the first in the company when it comes to it. And then I remember like the big turning point was, I brought up to the owner. He was actually, I was talking to the GM, and the owner was just sitting kind of and overheard me. I was like, dude, we should do like a body language course for all the trainers and everyone.
Yeah.
And I'll teach it and everything like that. At that point, he's known me for like 2 months. My numbers aren't fantastic, but I set up this whole course and did like a 2-day seminar with everything, just going over everything. The owner loved it, and then just really started watching, and then from there got offered a sales manager position. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously hugely valuable to what we're doing at the gym here right now.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, we don't need to sell it.
We don't need to sell anything. No, this place sells itself.
Yeah. Right.
I just got to not talk people out of joining. That's my
right.
job.
That's it. That's the job.
That's where the body language comes in.
Yeah.
So where did life go from Texas?
So great. I love Texas. Very close culture to where I was raised. The girl that I had met down there, I wound up proposing to her a couple years later down the road, and she hated it.
Oh.
Absolutely hate it. And she's from here, so that's how I wound up here.
Oh, so you moved to Idaho.
Uh-huh.
So was that your first? What was your first Idaho experience? You guys just move up here?
Did you eat a potato?
Yeah.
No, I didn't eat a potato. What did I do? So it's funny because my first one was we literally drove up from Texas to Idaho because she had like a family emergency. So I got a speeding ticket.
Oh.
That was my first experience, literally crossing into Idaho. And
So if somebody is hearing of you for the first time, what are you famous for?
if they're hearing me for the first time,
Yeah. If they don't know who you are, what are you famous
my
for?
beard.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's a great beard.
Well, so here's the thing.
Not
when,
even
when
this
he
one.
first came,
Yeah.
when he first
Yeah.
came here, I thought he was like new. I'm like, so he's like, what should we do to prepare or whatever? I was like, well, just to get to know the Mecca, look at our website stuff. He's
Yeah.
like, well, I've been a member for 6 years. I was like, what? And then he mentioned the fact that he had a really long beard.
Yeah,
and I was like,
super.
okay, so I do know you.
I do. Yeah,
I
do
recognize
remember that
you.
beard.
Yep.
I remember when you shaved it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was.
He cried
epic.
a little bit.
I did. Yeah.
Sure.
Everyone did.
What
But
made you-
honestly,
I mourned it.
the funny
Mourned
thing
it.
is that like that really was like down in Texas. I was just known because nobody knew my name. I was the beard man. Like even my employees
So next question: is it coming back?
potentially.
Okay, I'd be here.
What would be the
I'd Be here
negatives?
for
What-
it.
I'd be
What's
here
the-
for it.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't I?
Because we all would love to
So
see it.
again, the back end story of it is it's just like my identity. I was like, do I just suck as a person? I'm just a beard. Like
just
what?
a beard.
I'm just the beard.
Am I
Do I
just
have a
a beard?
shitty personality and nobody really
it's
wants to
just-
talk?
you're
They're just
looking at
like
a puddle
they're
at
in
your
awe.
reflection
And
and-
it really kind of spoke to a testament of it when I moved up here, and it was the same. We do. So my wife at the time, we were at a concert. We were at like a Def Leppard concert, and a dude with another nice beard was like, "I'm talking across the way,"
Yeah.
and she said, we didn't say a word to each other, but she said she saw the interaction between us and the bro, just like
was like
there
one
was
of
like
these-
a mental fist bump between beards, like the eyes,
beard
like
bump.
the side cock head, just like, yep.
Yeah. You know.
So-
Crazy respect.
But it came up here too, and I was like,
it came.
it came, yeah, that's always a good thing.
It
Good
is.
feelings and came, yeah.
That came. The
Yeah.
beard showed up.
Yep. So I was like, man, I'm more than a beard.
I'm
more than a beard. You know, I got a winning personality. I'm pretty fun to.
It's like a
to
quarter
be
life
around.
crisis.
There
Yeah,
we go.
exactly. So I was like,
It's going.
Got it. Okay.
It's
I,
going.
that's
I'd be here for it
understandable.
Coming back. Okay. That's good. That's a good answer.
We'll just have to do a vote.
maybe coming soon.
Yeah.
maybe coming soon.
Maybe.
Possibly.
So let's do a few talk about some things to help people get to know you a little bit better. So give us your top hobbies. What are you into?
Oh, top is fishing, definitely.
Okay,
I
fishing.
think from the previous,
Yep.
fishing, hunting.
What's your greatest fishing experience you've ever had?
So it was actually down in Texas, and I don't know if you know anything about Texas fishing. They're flipping huge. They're awesome. Just like in Alabama, you can catch some big fish, but Texas is just a different breed of fish.
Well, it's Texas.
It's
Everything's bigger
everything's
in
bigger.
Texas.
Well, yeah,
Most things.
most things.
there you go.
Yeah.
So-
But no, it was my second day there. My girlfriend at the time had to work. I was like, I'm gonna go buy a kayak. I'm gonna go fishing.
Oh.
So
off a
I went to
kayak.
Cabela or Bass Pro down there,
Yeah.
bought a kayak, randomly looked up a lake. I was like, sweet, that looks bassy.
Live like with Bassy.
Drove like an hour and dumped it in and literally went off to a spot where there were some trees. It was my third cast out. I was using a crankbait and I was almost back to the kayak and this monster just chokes it.
Just
Chokes it. Yeah, pulled
That's
it up.
awesome.
It was about nine and an ounce,
Dang.
9-pound bass. So
Dang.
that's a
Jeepers.
solid.
That is
that's
a
chunker,
hog, bro.
Yeah, she was
That
a
is a
chunker.
So this
hog.
profile picture of yours that's on the
That's a
thing is
tiny bass.
what that compared is not
Like
even close.
put about four more of those in its mouth. Yeah, you've got the one that's on my wall. Yeah, I took him home.
Oh, did you?
Wow. Yeah.
good for you.
Nice.
Yeah, good for me.
Yeah.
So that'd probably be the highlight of my
Yeah. So where do you go fishing around here?
Lake Lowell, honestly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now
That
that I've
was
given up my
good-
spot, thanks for
Good.
that.
Good fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it out of him.
Honestly, I don't think, and Lake Lowell's pretty
No,
big. Like
it
you know,
is.
you know.
Everyone knows, but nobody knows where to really. There are a couple select few guys. I mean, I was literally in the weeds the last time I went out. Just like I was pulling my way through because the lake's so low right now.
Yeah.
But the bass are still sitting up on 2 foot of water. So.
Oh man. Yeah.
There you go.
That's pretty rad. Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know how many people bass fish out that are listening to this podcast. So I think your numbers.
I think
are
I'm
still
pretty safe.
You'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
if
pretty
they go
safe.
down, I know who to talk to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what else are you into in your spare time?
Definitely hunting. Obviously, that season kind of revolves. I'm really gearing up now that the draws results are out.
Did you draw anything?
No.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Stinker.
Yeah.
Big old goose egg again. Whatever.
I didn't put in. We'll have to get you out to my honey hole.
Yeah.
You can
I
put
love
in.
it.
You can put in with us
Nice.
for caps. It's a capped unit, but yeah, nobody. The good thing about where I go hunting is you don't really run into too many people. You run into people on the road, but nobody's willing to go the distance that we go
Yeah.
because it is in the nosebleeds.
I
So,
love it. That's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
you'll see. I mean, I bring my pack in here. I'll throw 2 plates on it, and I'm
Yeah.
up the Stairmaster or whatever it
hiking
is.
that Stairmaster. Yeah, I've got a little honey hole up at the spot where I go that it's like, I don't want to jinx it and say it's guaranteed. Nothing's ever guaranteed, but I will tell you that I've never been up there and not seen a solid herd.
Nice.
It's pretty wicked.
Nice.
But yeah, it's way up there and it's completely hidden. So
I'm all about the wicked country.
yeah, nobody even knows about it.
So my buddies I go hunting with, I am known as just like the speed goat. My buddy and I saw probably one of the biggest public land bucks I've personally laid my eyes on. There's obviously bigger on Instagram and stuff, but he's at like 500 yards, and I've already shot my deer this year, so it's his.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't take the shot. Wind's real bad. He'd be shooting across the canyon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, let's go. So we literally, I mean, we're just like hauling ass down this canyon. But like, he loves pointing out that I'm an idiot when it comes to jumping around rocks and stuff.
Good.
So,
You're in good company.
yeah.
That's right. You're in good company.
Love it.
Well, awesome. Lifting.
Lifting. Oh yeah.
Fishing.
Lifting is.
So when did you get into lifting?
I was 12.
Okay.
I can tell you the very first set and the very first weight that I picked up, because I was a fat kid.
Was it bench press?
It was.
Oh,
I was
yes.
I was on the floor actually. It was with dumbbells, my dad's dumbbells that he never used.
Oh, nice.
So
at a home in the garage.
it was in my bedroom. I was just on the
nice.
floor right beside my bed.
That's a hero origin story right there.
There we go.
Yep. There you go. I mean, it changed my life. I was a super fat kid. My parents are both far from in shape. But it really is fueled. You know, I didn't fall into like, oh, it's just my genetics kind of thing. Like I was like, I just woke up one day and I was like, no, this is not what I want to be.
Yeah. So what has fitness looked like for you over the years?
Fitness has always been more of a therapeutic release for me. I don't think you can get any bigger high, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's just.
I might be biased.
So
Yeah, just a little
I
bit.
might be biased. No,
It's not like we
experience.
work in the gym industry or
Right.
anything. We're not
Yeah.
biased.
No,
with
not
this.
biased at all. No.
No, you should join though.
Yeah, for sure.
Feel
for
the
sure.
high.
For sure.
So did
That's our
you
next
did you
catchphrase.
lift and like play sports in high school?
Yeah,
and
so I
stuff like that?
played baseball primarily. Obviously lost a lot of weight and then just really started focusing on putting on as much as I could back.
Getting on the muscle.
Getting on the swole
The
zone.
swole zone. So
Yeah.
did you lift a lot when you were in the military?
Oh yeah. No, that was probably my biggest. I got up to about 210.
Nice.
At 5'10", so
There you go.
There you go.
yeah.
Eating
Nice and thick.
eating
I was
all those,
I was thick.
eating all those MREs, getting thick.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what was the diet like in the military
Shit.
back then?
I mean, when you're not deployed, you definitely can bulk up pretty easily.
Yeah.
You got the chow hall, which is provided for you, so you can. I mean, it's a lower grade nutrition, but it's free.
Yeah.
And then I was in the barracks for a long time, especially when I was lifting that much. I literally had a little hot plate that I put out the window because we weren't allowed to cook in our barracks, and I was like, screw that. I'm getting my chicken and rice in.
There we go.
So yeah,
He's committed.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
deployed
Chicken
it's rough. I mean, you're talking an MRE is 3,500 calories minimum if you eat most of it. So it's hard to. I mean, you can put size on,
Yeah.
and you're burning calories all. I mean, you're literally walking around with 128 extra pounds daily.
Oh yeah.
You're
That's
just
rough.
sweating your dick off. It's great.
Yeah. Wonderful.
I have a great picture where it's like it looks like I still have my plate carrier on. It's just
It's
like
just
sweat.
sweated on. Yeah.
But it's not like it was like it almost at night too. So
Oh.
like it's just ingrained in there. It's not even wet. It's just it just looks like that. It's great.
Just, it's
Crazy.
Just
When your
permanent.
socks will stand on end, you
yeah.
know you put a solid man day in.
A man day.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's a T-shirt.
Oh,
Put a
man.
solid man day in.
That's awesome. So we'll give you a few of the questions that we would normally ask on the podcast. We got some good ones.
Okay.
So if you could have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Holy cow.
I know, that's heavy.
Dinner with 3 people. Definitely Zig Ziglar.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, I love listening to that man talk. Like the inflection and change his voice and just the message. Like that'd be badass. Shoot, I don't know.
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
On the spot, it's a tough question because
Yeah.
Right, you need like a night to think about it.
I need like a week with my brain to think about it.
Yeah.
Like you asked that question and it was just like la 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 la. I'm on my boat fishing, whatever. Yeah. It just went off into. But I definitely know that Zig Ziglar would definitely be a big one. Probably Tony Robinson. That'd be another another pretty good one for me.
All right. Well, we'll let you think about it a little more. If you
Yeah,
think of anybody
maybe
else,
we'll circle back to that.
we'll circle
Deal.
circle back.
Circle back.
We'll
yeah.
circle back. Books. Give us the top 3 books that you've read.
In my lifetime,
Sure.
not a huge reader. I'm not gonna lie.
It's all right. You're not the first. Won't be the last.
We'll have to change that.
Not a huge reader. I have definitely read a couple books, but I've read more than a couple, and I do have some favorites. But again, it's pretty shy on the memory of the names.
Are we a fantasy reader? Are we
No,
nonfiction?
Definitely more personal development. I'm all about personal growth. Anything I can put into my toolbox to make myself a better person. Because honestly, my biggest passion is teaching people.
Yeah.
I love, passing on the knowledge and experiences that I've had in life,
Sure.
and enhancing someone else's life, especially through just like mental power.
Yeah.
Because
So you need to write a book, is what you're saying.
yeah, there we go.
There you go.
I like your style.
There we go. Written.
What are
Okay.
you going to call it?
The
the
man, the
title of
myth,
your
the
book.
legend,
There you go. The man.
the beard man,
The beard
The
man.
beard. That's actually probably what it would be.
the comeback. I don't know. There's
the beard.
I'll
comeback.
find some witty thing to
witty
say.
ones. So, are you a movie buff?
I wouldn't say movie buff, but I do like a good cinematic adventure.
Oh.
That was wonderfully said. A good cinematic adventure.
Wow.
So
what's the most recent cinematic adventure that you've been on?
the new Jurassic Park.
Oh, did you go see that?
Yes.
Did you take the kid?
Yes.
Did you like
how
it?
was it?
I hated it.
Yeah, nobody likes it. That's what
My
I've heard.
kid loved it. I think to a degree. Like
Okay.
I'm biased. Like
What's
grew up
so
with Jurassic.
what's it about?
They're just they could have done such a better job with it. Just like, and everyone can say that because you're not making the movie.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone's a critic.
Well, the thing
nowadays.
is, like with the last 3 Jurassic Parks, from what I hear
you seen
/
it?
have seen, not the newest, and I don't know if I want to spend the money and time
do
to
it. It's worth seeing, but you're gonna be most likely. There's just a lot of
I
corny.
heard it's the script.
The
It's
corny
script.
references to the originals, and they're just not well laid out or
gotcha,
thought out.
gotcha.
when
Well, and I
it-
heard
so
the whole
what's-
movie, like it's from the last one, Dominion or whatever it is.
Yep.
All the dinosaurs get out, so humans
Yeah.
and dinosaurs are living together.
They're living together.
But like that's not the
Unrealistic
story
as
they tell.
all get out.
Like that's what I hear. The story isn't that about the dinosaurs and the people. Like it's about some sort of
Yeah. So what's the premise of the movie? Are they,
Locusts
like,
or something that are coming.
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, so in other words, there's obviously a new bad guy with the same science guy backing everything.
Gotcha.
And they've created I'm going to spoil the movie for everybody. I don't
do
care.
it? Yeah.
Spoilers ahead.
Spoil it.
If you listen,
I'm not
'cause
gonna
it
watch it
sucks,
until
so-
it like comes out for free somewhere. So.
Free. I know. That's,
Yeah.
again, cinematic adventures.
Right.
It's about the kids at that point.
Yeah, the
But,
experience. Yeah, it's always good to go to the theater.
they like designed this oversized locust like this big,
Oh.
and they're designing it because they made a fertilizer or something like that. So they are the only ones that could establish the food source for the world at that point. So the locusts, obviously, if you know anything about locusts, they literally decimate crops.
Destroy
But these are like ginormo freaking ones. So
Like roided locusts.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
They're
Interesting.
roided out.
Okay.
So they like decimate all the crops in the U.S. and things like that, except for this company's crops, and like that kind of
Right.
spins off into the investigation from Alan Grant and all the originals
Right.
into this new corporation and stuff like that. And of course, they've got new dinosaurs and stuff on the island. They put their base of operation on an island,
Oh, of course. they do.
with dinosaurs.
That's
Yeah.
like it's almost like current events, except for instead of locusts, they're just burning everything. It's
yeah,
great.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
a lot of parallels. It's well
It
done.
just,
Yeah.
it just doesn't sound like it's about dinosaurs anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's about dinosaurs, but this new dinosaur they've introduced, it's like the biggest one
There's
that's ever
always a
It's always
newer,
bigger.
bigger. Like
exactly.
It's gonna
But it's
break a T-Rex.
It's
in
just
half.
lethargic. It's slow. Like
Oh.
it's just
Does it have
they
a big,
literally
does it have a big spine?
no.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Does
even remember what
does
it looks
kill
like.
the Spinosaurus deal?
No, that one wasn't even in there. But
Oh, that's
of
lame.
course it kills the T-Rex, and then the T-Rex comes back, and there's this
Saves the day.
weird.
Did
like,
the T-Rex save the day again?
yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
But it had
I love
help
the
from this,
T-Rex.
so it's an herbivore, so it's not a carnivore.
Oh,
but it's got like
this super dinosaur.
yeah, it's got like these super long finger like talons, but they're
Oh.
not curved; they're straight.
Oh.
And it literally, the T-Rex pushes the new dinosaur into this other creature's freaking like Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Freaking-
it sounds like they bring in Johnny Depp back
Yeah.
for Jurassic Park
What
since
a
you
great
want new
man.
pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a great man.
What a great man.
Oh man. So it's funny. I was talking to a client the other day, and not to spread rumors about Johnny Depp or anything.
Oh,
But
boy.
Yeah, I know. He was saying, he told me like something about how I was like talking. Well, the reason being we were talking about like if they're gonna make new pirates or not. And apparently he told Disney that there's
Pound
you know,
sand.
there's no way in hell that he's gonna.
He's
do
like,
new
I got a
pirates."
job, dirt. You can't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, man, well, I guess that guy's, he's made plenty of money. He can do whatever he wants,
Right.
Yeah, but you can't have pirates without Johnny Depp. Like he
Well,
created.
well, no, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Did he really say that?
what?
pound sand.
Pound sand?
No, that he's not going to do one.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
absolutely.
straight up. But anyway, I'm like, oh man, well, okay, they're not going to redo Pirates, but I'm like, well, I guess he doesn't need the money. And my client was like, well, I don't know. I've heard that he might be on the, verge of bankruptcy or something like that. And I'm like, how in the heck is that even possible? And he's like, yeah, I heard he had like a very expensive wine, like.
Well, I
addiction
mean,
or something
it goes
like
back
that.
to the thing. It's like when you make more money, if you spend more money, you're no better than you were making $15 an hour.
Right. So
whatever it
apparently
is.
he's slamming like $5,000 bottles of wine every day or something like that. It's like,
A
dang.
whiny.
Well, 2 days ago,
I love that trial. Oh my God. There's
Oh, geez.
that was just a
daily
spectacle.
doses of
2 days ago and 3 days ago.
glorious
There's
drama.
reports
Dude,
of
the
him.
memes.
the epic memes.
Johnny
Stepped
Depp's
on a
rep
bee.
addresses claim of $300 million Pirates of the Caribbean return. Would you go return to a role for $300 million?
They're gonna pay him $300 million.
That's a
what all
lot
those
of bottles
reports are
of
saying.
wine.
I'll tell you what, that would fuel the addiction.
Dude. That's insane.
That's so much money.
I mean, he is that franchise, though. let's
Oh,
be
he
honest.
is, yeah.
I mean, literally.
Literally. I mean, Jack Sparrow is.
He
Pirates.
created it.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
That's
like,
my favorite movie.
Orlando Bloom is nothing compared to Johnny Depp.
Who's Orlando Bloom?
Yeah, exactly.
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 Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
Exactly. You could do Pirates without Orlando Bloom.
Then they
Pirates
have-
without
100%.
Pirates without Johnny Depp? Nah,
Nope. Forget about it.
not possible. Forget about it.
There's an Orlando Bloom lookalike anyway. They could literally just bring him.
They just just clone the look.
Another pretty boy is all.
There's
That's
another
right.
pretty boy. There's tons of them.
Tons of them. So, what other movies? Do you have any old classic movies that you frequent?
Tombstone.
Oh, Tombstone.
Definitely solid go-to for oldie.
Okay. What about comedy?
Comedy?
Any favorite comedies?
Well, you already quoted Step Brothers, so
I'd definitely say Step Brothers probably my favorite
Step
comedy.
Brothers. Oh my gosh.
Did we just become best friends? Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Favorite dinosaur.
You want
well,
to
we
do
said in the
Velociraptor.
quote, there's so much more room for activities.
So
in
much
this
more.
location.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I
Probably
did say
1,000
that.
times.
right?
Yeah.
So much room for activities.
Did I say that? Or did
Yeah. I think
Everyone has
has
said it at least 5 times.
Yeah.
already.
But, I mean, it's appropriate. Why not?
100%
Do you want to go
appropriate.
do karate in the garage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So are you more of like Adam Sandler or more of like Chris Farley?
I'd say both. So same thing with like my music genre. I'm just everything.
Yeah. So that's my next question. Let's get into that music genre. So what's on your gym playlist currently?
Gym playlist. It goes. I'll literally rock out the country. I will go
Fair enough.
heavy metal, rock, 90s rock mainly.
90s
like
rock's where it's
Stained,
at. Oh, yeah.
Mudvayne,
Oh yeah. 90s
Chevelle.
rock for sure.
Will you
you
go
know.
down the alternative route?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
But I also have some rap in there. I
Gotta-
don't mind
gotta
it.
mix
I don't
it
mind
up.
a good beat.
Got to
you know.
mix it up a little bit.
So
what are the favorites? Top group.
for artists,
Yeah.
I definitely Stain's definitely one of them.
Yeah. That like
Breaking
90s
Benjamin.
rock alternative
Yeah.
kind of genre is
Yeah.
also my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you a Korn fan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's limited to some of the songs. Some of them, it's kind of like Slipknot. Like I like 1 or 2 Slipknot songs.
Yeah.
I like more Korn songs
Yeah.
than I do Slipknot.
Yeah.
But yeah, love that. But country,
Who's favorite on the country?
I definitely like more the '90s style. Your Garth Brooks and
Oh,
George Strait. And
Good old
then,
Garth and George.
Yeah.
But I do like some of the new. I like Luke Combs. I like
Okay.
Morgan Wallen.
I would never. So I saw a picture of Luke Combs, and then I just didn't. His voice doesn't match his.
No, not at all. But it,
But I really
he
like.
seems
his
like
sound.
a super cool guy. Like
he does.
I'd have a beer with him.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
4.
Well, he's
or
always
12.
got that red Solo cup. I just saying.
Yeah,
So.
and that's definitely got the
So,
shine in it.
so are you a beer guy?
No,
Okay.
Not-
Yeah. See,
not at
I'm
all.
not a beer guy either. I'm really
I
not
will-
an alcohol guy myself. But if you were to have a drink, what's your drink of choice?
definitely whiskey. On the rocks.
I knew that's why
Yep.
I hired you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
dude.
match.
Oh, literally. Yeah.
Okay, so are we talking Pendleton?
So Pendleton is my go-to up here, which I'm super stoked. So they actually just brought it to the liquor store down for my house.
Oh, there you go.
Not Pendleton. This brand that I drank down in Texas. It's called TX. It's distilled in Fort Worth.
Oh.
It's like water in the fact of how it goes down.
Yeah.
But it's a sleeper.
Oh.
And I'm not one of those people that
We're gonna-
drink to get drunk anymore, but it's
No, no,
good.
no.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Well, we're gonna have to sample that, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
I think-
partake in the
Have you? So I'm not a big drinker. For those on this podcast listening, it's like once in a blue moon. But when it does happen,
it happens.
typically
It's
whiskey,
wicked. Yeah.
and it is typically Pendleton or something of the sorts. But
Did-
I actually went skiing in Park City the beginning of this year, and it was just like a random day. We'd been skiing all morning and stuff, and I'm like, you know what?
I'm gonna have a glass.
I'm gonna have a little whiskey
have a
on the
little.
rocks, and so they had.
That's the only way to do it, by the way.
Absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you mix it?
No, don't. No, don't mix it. That's like ruining a
Yeah.
good thing. But yeah, High West. It's actually
I've heard of it.
distilled
Yeah.
in Park City, dude. Money.
Money.
Same thing you're talking about.
Basil
like
Hayden's
smooth.
is another.
Really, we're gonna have to have an event.
Yeah.
Even though we're
Nice and
all about,
classy. I mean,
we're
look
all
at the
about-
table. Just
we're
have it
all
on the
about
table.
health around here, but moderate consumption.
Moderate. I mean, tasting is one. thing.
Tasting is good.
I think we're onto something there.
Yeah, I don't
I'm gonna-
think I've been drunk since like it's been years.
Yeah.
And that was dumb at the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
it wrecks you. Like,
it's so bad.
it wrecks everything.
You
like
literally just a trash monster. Just,
Yeah.
you know.
It's not just the next day. It's
Yeah.
the next couple days, from
for a week.
nutrition to hydration to energy
Everything.
level, everything.
So terrible.
It is.
But in the spirit of breaking bread, perhaps
There we go.
a couple of
maybe I'll fire up the old grill and we can,
we can have an event.
a little southern barbecue.
Ooh, now we're talking
Yeah.
barbecue.
You probably
food.
nail it, don't you?
Oh, I do.
So-
What's your favorite thing to?
Brisket. I've got that
yeah.
down to a science.
So
Sure.
I just acquired a massive American Wagyu brisket
yes,
from my source.
I love how you said acquired. That's
Yeah.
great.
We're not gonna so I'm not gonna divulge my source, but I have a guy. Everybody's got a guy.
Everybody's got a guy.
I've got a beef guy, and he delivered to me this. I got a half so I actually helped influence this guy to. He raises Angus cattle, and I influenced him to get some Wagyu semen and inseminate
Heck
some
yeah.
of his heifers with this Wagyu semen. And so he had, a handful of these half Wagyu, half Angus.
Yeah.
So it's American Wagyu for those of you out there that don't know much about cattle. I don't know a lot.
They're from the Asian culture.
They are, but
Yeah.
Wagyu,
The
it's,
Asian type.
it's from Japan. And if you go to a super fancy restaurant that's way overpriced, they'll sell you, the grade. It's like the A5
A5,
Wagyu.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's got this marbling like you've never seen
They're like
before.
meat experts. Like they're
There's a
there's a whole
level.
different level.
It's a different genre
Yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so that's like Wagyu. They it's the cows that people hear about that they massage the cows and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
And they drink the beer, correct?
Yeah, the
That's what you
cows.
hear. The cows do.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
what I
did
heard.
not know
Sure.
that.
Okay, there we go.
Hey.
But yeah, so these cows, so with Wagyu, they typically let them grow a little bit older and get a little bit bigger before they butcher them. Anyway, so I talked this my beef man into, doing some American Wagyu, which is you breed
Angus with
with Wagyu, and I was lucky enough to get a good deal on this meat because I was part of the starting influence of it.
There you go.
And so I've got half of
royalties.
a Wagyu in the freezer, and there was he kind of sort of surprised me with it.
yeah.
And so I didn't pick the cuts or anything, because usually if you call your beef man and say I want a cow, then he'll have the butcher call you, and the butcher will ask you, okay, how do you want it? Do you want how many steaks do you want in a package? How thick do you want your steaks? How how much ground beef do you want per package? Do you want roasts and all the cuts and blah blah blah? And he kind of knows my MO, so he brought me a massive prime rib and a massive
go.
brisket, and I was like, thank you. So we're gonna have to have a celebration with that brisket.
Yeah.
That would call for a big deal celebration.
That
Yeah,
would
it
be
would.
cause for a big deal, the biggest of deals. But anyway,
deal.
I'm right there with you. So on the topic of food, what are your go-to foods? We're gonna start with in the bodybuilding genre, so fitness genre. What is your go-tos with the fitness genre food? What does your diet look like typically?
I mean, if you ask Garrett, I eat like a woman. Apparently,
Oh.
my
That's-
calorie intake is
That's
not
fitting
the most
because Garrett likes
impressive.
to eat like a woman too.
Yeah,
There you go.
You'd
We're
never
like
know.
two peas in a pod. Anyway, but no, I mean it's pretty.
I'm just kidding,
I don't-
Garrett. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Don't eat me.
Yeah, don't eat me.
Don't eat me.
No,
he's hungry
he
right
always
now, too.
whines about having to eat so much in his off season, and now he's not even on that
he
low of
is-
food, and he is cranky.
He is.
He's a man with a sweet spot. I will tell you that. He
Yeah,
does eat
that-
quite a bit,
that
but when he
food-
tries to eat more, he's very grumpy about it, and when he's eating less, definitely grumpy about it.
What's crazy is when I track, like I'm stupid hungry, and I'll put a massive amount of calories if I'm not tracking in my body.
Right.
But the second I start
Tracking.
following and tracking, it's just hard to eat. I'm just
Yeah. So are you eating, beef and rice?
Beef and chicken and rice, beef and rice. I have red meat at least twice a day.
Yeah.
So definitely
Same.
a big
Good man.
believer in
Same.
in the red meat
Much
genre.
more nutrient dense than chicken for those of
absolutely.
you listening.
Yeah.
Huge
Way better.
red meat fan. Very
I-
delicious. But yeah, anyway, shout out Ava Flavas. If anybody needs meal prep or has hard time staying on track, come visit her, visit the fridge that we have at the gym. But
She does a good job with chicken.
she does a good job with chicken. And you know what? I'll eat whatever she brings me because she just brings me meals, puts them in the fridge in this office right over there.
Yep.
And
What a sweet setup.
they're phenomenal. Every meal is
No
fantastic.
dishes, no cleanup. I mean, yeah.
No dishes. She brings me different things every week. I never get bored or sick of anything, which I'm not one to get bored or sick of stuff.
And that's what I was gonna say. Is like I don't know if it's through the military or whatever, just scarfing down food just to get some nutrients. Like,
95% of the time, it's like you just eat for function, anyways.
Yep, exactly.
So it's
Yep.
like just
I'm
give it to
I'm
me.
not eating for enjoyment
No,
at this point.
no. It is interesting though. Like this week, she brought me this like quinoa ground
Oh, it's
beef.
different.
Like there was tomatoes and feta and
Oh, that's what
whatnot
you were
on
eating
it.
this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was solid. Super
looked
solid.
good.
Yeah, it's just
The first time
interesting.
you've gone.
I was fasting at that point, so I was pretty jealous. So actually, of that.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
good. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's I think I when I started bodybuilding, I think I ate oatmeal for breakfast for like 7 years straight.
Yeah.
So
have you ever done like a monster mash with that? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Anyway, it's you just literally take oatmeal and then you make your eggs and you just mix them all together.
That was 7 years straight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love it. It's salty, sweet.
Oh,
best.
that's the best.
And it's
yeah.
efficient. I'm all about efficiency.
Super efficient. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I would make the oatmeal, make the egg whites,
Combine
mix
them.
them all together, get that all incorporated, add some Truvia, make it a little sweet, add a little bit of
Or
cinnamon.
maple syrup.
Yeah,
Do like a tablespoon.
or like or sugar-free maple syrup, depending on the calorie
Yeah.
requirements. But
Yeah.
then, so that you don't burst up all the fresh blueberries, then you mix in the
Exactly.
blueberries.
It's a
after.
science. Yep.
And
Yeah.
then to top it off, so after that, you get the blueberries mixed and you get everything mixed. I would top it with a little bit of Truvia, a little bit of cinnamon on top. But then on top of that, I would make one sunny side up egg, super salty. Put that on
yeah.
top and then pop the yolk.
Pop it. That's
Oh,
the money right there.
Magical. Oh, and
forgot- oh.
don't forget the almond butter or peanut butter, whichever. That's
Yeah.
mixed in with the eggs as well. But
Heck
yeah.
Dude, it blows me away the people that are grossed out by that, but they've just never tried it.
I don't
and
understand. It's the best.
I mean,
And so
the best part
efficient.
of waking up.
Absolutely. Like I said, 7 years straight, I didn't get tired of it.
No.
So good.
And
I
then,
just love eggs.
off season time, you could do banana in there.
Yeah. I
add
did
some more
pineapple.
calories.
That was
Ooh,
actually really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun to
Which is
try.
very shocking.
No, I'm
when you
into
think
it.
about it.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm into it. It's a little footsie right there.
Yeah,
Did you
we're
notice
getting a
that?
little crazy
Footsie,
under the
yeah.
table.
We're getting
Getting
crazy.
antsy in there.
So
I should have taken mine off too.
now that we're yeah. Yeah, we're
He
starting.
barefooted you.
We're starting a new trend today. We're going shoeless at the
Shoeless.
podcast
There we
table.
go.
Free the dogs.
Well, I'm not, but
Me neither.
Well,
but
I am.
we'll will.
one of us is.
It's just comfortable. It's like home here, you know.
Yeah.
So back on the topic of food. So pretty basic with the general meal prep stuff. How is the non-bodybuilding type genre of food? Where do you go for that? Like what do you do?
My kitchen.
Okay.
Southern cooking, barbecue.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
My 10-year-old literally came to me and was like, "Dad, do you think we could have something other than brisket or tri-tip or ribs for a change?" And I'm like, "You shut your mouth."
What?
Oh yeah, I was like, "You're not mine. The milkman made you. Get out of my
milkman
house."
made you.
Don't you?
So are you smoking,
Oh, yeah.
grilling?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
smoking.
How is it done? What's the? You don't have to give us all the secrets.
Oh
but-
no, so that's one of my favorite things. Like I love sharing my recipes. I'll tell you the exact temperature. I'm just gonna do it better than you.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I don't worry about it.
No, you will do it better
Yeah,
than me. That's why I'm gonna give you this
The
wagyu.
wagyu,
brisket,
yeah, there we
and
go.
we're gonna- or you can just come to my house and we can have a party.
There we go.
I'll be in the hot tub,
I'll be in the hot
Yep.
tub.
Yep.
Sick.
Yep.
just smelling the
We'll do
air.
it. Okay, we're gonna get it scheduled.
We're
Good
gonna,
deal.
this is happening. Whiskey and whiskey and beef.
We're gonna have whiskey tasting
Beef.
and brisket. Yeah, and I actually do have some beef ribs as well. That's gonna happen.
Oh, short ribs. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got some short ribs.
I
on
do
tap.
those just like a brisket, honestly.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Same cooking technique.
Oh. Hey,
Phenomenal.
if it's not broke, don't fix
Don't
it.
exactly.
fix it.
Exactly. But
So-
yeah, no.
So are you like a guy? So are you like doing a steam bath? Are you doing anything?
Oh, like a sous vide kind of thing?
Well, no, like some people they'll like steam their ribs and stuff.
No, so that's more of like a Carolina kind of.
Okay.
I mean, even Alabama kind of style.
Okay.
I really like the Texas, more of a dry.
Like a dry.
I use butcher paper, not foil, because foil like puts a crap ton of moisture in
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
and it becomes. I don't know. It's just a different, like it's good barbecue all
Different
around,
texture,
different texture. So I like that bark.
Yeah.
On
Dude,
everything.
I'm a bark.
A
fan.
bark, for
like
sure.
a
For
salty
sure.
bark. It's
Yes.
got to be.
Oh man, it's
salty
my
bark.
my
Like
seasoning
caked
is so
on, like-
simple.
yeah.
Just
Do you
salt,
make your
pepper.
own?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Salt.
Simple.
Pepper. So
50-cent salt,
What kind
50%
of
pepper.
what kind of salt do you use?
Kosher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just regular
Nothing
kosher salt.
crazy.
Regular old. I mean, there's nothing great. You don't need to go crazy. Like you can add. I will say, like off the shelf, the best brisket seasoning I've used is Meat Church's.
Meat
I think
Church.
it's Holy Gospel
Oh,
or
okay.
Meat. Something I don't know. Whatever. It's in a blue label.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looking
that
it up.
sounds
We'll buy it.
delicious. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a huge fan of the red Hawaiian salt.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that stuff has the best flavor, and it's comes in these like little crystals. They're just the right size.
Yeah.
Ooh, woof.
Nice.
I'll have to- I'll
The
have to-
bark. Yeah.
we could mix your cooking techniques. I'll throw you some salt. Use that. See.
So is it like the Himalayan salt kind of style? Is it like a rock salt,
so
or
it's
is
a
it
little bit smaller than
good?
that.
Yeah, because that's the biggest problem. Because I do like the Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's
just too big.
It's too big. It doesn't absorb in the meat and
Yep.
everything like that. So
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. But yeah, no, this stuff is delicious.
Money.
Yeah, it's money. I've basically tried to try every possible
The Holy
salt.
Gospel barbecue rub.
the blue one. No, the dark blue one.
Not this one.
Not that one. That one's good, but no, you go. Oh crap! I went the wrong way. It's the dark blue. the
I'll
navy.
find it.
Okay. I'm
Dark
horrible with
blue.
names, so.
But anyway, so you're using butcher paper. So how does this process go? Take us through a general brisket here.
So general brisket, I'm getting a butcher's cut. So in other words, it's got all the fat tallow
Oh yeah.
on it because I want to trim it down to how I want it.
Yep.
That one?
I mean, it's usually that one. The Holy Cow, that's what it is. Yeah.
Holy
That's
cow BBQ rub. from
over the
Meat Church.
counter for beef. That's probably one of my go-tos.
Okay.
If I'm not making my own, which 90% of the time I'm making my own.
Okay. fair enough.
So cutting it down to how I want it, and then I'm gonna season it really liberally, like Southern style liberal.
Like California liberal.
That's really low.
Wow,
That's super liberal.
That's super liberal.
Like
I
Portland liberal.
Yeah,
Dare I
like-
say?
Like
Yeah.
You did it, boy, you said it.
If they had a baby together, California
Okay.
and Portland,
If
that'd be
like
that
LA
liberal.
County and
Yeah.
Portland
Yeah.
had
Had
a
a
baby,
baby.
Yeah.
he's gonna season it that
It birthed
liberally.
this demon spawn.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be
Gosh,
it.
that sounds amazing.
Oh man, that's some
The only
thick-
kind of liberal
That's
I want to
thick.
some thick seasoning.
Thick
right
seasoning.
there.
Yeah, but you got to do it to get that bark. That's what makes
Absolutely.
the bark.
It's
for
the
sure.
So, and then definitely uncovered in the fridge for 24 hours minimum. Let that salt soak in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any cut that's over an inch and a half,
Okay.
I'm letting sit in the
You're
fridge.
sitting, just festering.
Just festering with
Flavor.
salty
100%
goodness.
Salty flavor.
marination.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh, I like that.
marination.
Yeah.
Marination, but it's dry.
But it's
so
dry.
Is it really marination? or-
Have you ever tried a dry age cut of meat?
Oh
man.
Oh.
It's the
have-
same concept. You're just
oh dear
not
God,
as-
yes. Oh man, if I go to a restaurant somewhere and they have dry aged anything, I'm like, that's what I'm getting.
That's what I'm getting.
Closing
I don't
the
care what
menu,
it
you're
is.
done.
Done
Yeah,
deal.
done
Yeah.
deal.
I went to a place in God, I can't remember the hotels in Vegas a few weeks ago, and they had a dry aged fillet, and I was like, perfect. It was delicious. It was so good.
Nice.
That's hard to do a fillet.
Yeah, I'm like,
Because, I mean,
how's-
you're already a small cut of meat, and you're
Yeah.
cutting off the excess, the outside.
Yeah.
That's
It was good.
a morsel right there.
Oh, it was good. Yeah. Anyway, so you're just letting it sit for 24 hours.
Yep. I'll bring it out. I'll set my smoker to about 225.
Okay.
Depending on the size of the brisket. Usually I'm right around 12 to 14 pounds for it.
Okay.
And then you put that bad boy on there for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
8-9 hours.
So what do you get it up to, like 205?
160 degrees internal temp. Establish that bark and everything like that, and then I'll pull it out because it hits what's called a stall at about 165. So usually about 160, I'll pull it off. I increase my temperature to about 250. Wrap it in butcher paper real tight. I don't add. You can add like apple cider vinegar or apple juice. I like more of a dry. I like adding. I make my own barbecue sauce too with Pendleton.
Oh.
I make a Pendleton barbecue sauce. It's phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Wow.
It is
I'm
orgasmic
drooling.
in your mouth.
I'm drooling. Yeah, this conversation sucks, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. And then so you pull it out at like 160, you wrap it in butcher paper, turn the temp up a little bit, and throw it back on.
Throw it back on for another 4 to 6 hours. 203 to 204.
Okay.
Goes into the Yeti for 4 hours at least.
Oh, wow.
I've literally, so I cooked, before I came and joined the team for my work there, I cooked every month. I'd barbecue. So literally.
Write it down.
I'll
already-
buy the meat.
All right. Sick.
You'll buy the meat.
That's on my notepad actually in here for
Yeah, good.
discussions.
Good. Yeah, I'll buy the meat.
Yeah.
We'll have Zach's gonna barbecue. That'll be a real morale
booster.
Yeah.
Mandatory fun, as we called it in the military.
Yeah.
Mandatory
This is mandatory fun, guys.
Yeah. You will show up. You will have a good time. You will smile.
Yes.
And we will tell you when you can leave.
Yeah, exactly. I
We'll
like
see
that.
you all there.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Okay. So you're like 8 hours, 4 hours, and then another 4 hours.
Yeah. I've literally put a brisket in the cooler, and then almost 8 hours later, it's piping hot still. So you
Yeah.
throw a towel in there, and I mean,
Yeah.
it just. I think that makes or breaks a brisket is your rest time.
Really?
Minimum of 2 hours.
Just
I've
like your
rushed it.
body. It's the rest time.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
the rebuild. It's when all that juice
So
goes
if,
back into
if
the
we're
fibers.
timelining this in a day, so if I'm going to copy you,
I'm cooking at midnight. I start at midnight.
you start at midnight. Damn.
Yeah, I cook all night because it's just easier that way. So I mean, I used to, like, growing up, just very old school offset smoker. We have these fancy dancy things called Traegers now, and
Yeah.
man, I'm spoiled.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got one. They're amazing.
Oh, they are awesome. But yeah, I just set it on there, put the probes in there,
Yeah.
and then let her go, and it alarms me. I get up, and I'll pull. Usually, I'm getting up, at 5, 6, which is not abnormal anyway.
No.
Checking on it, and then taking it off, putting it back on, because I pretty much back plan. So if my meal's at 6 o'clock, I just
Start it.
my
whenever.
4-hour rest plus my 12 to 15 hours of cooking, and then that's when I start it. But on average, it's around 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
Nice.
So
That's baller. So what pellets are you using?
I mix.
Yeah, and
mesquite.
Traeger has a mix too.
They do. I'm not a big fan of all their mixes.
I'm not a huge fan of that.
So mesquite
mix.
and apple is my favorite.
Mesquite and apple.
I'll take a 5-gallon bucket,
Mix
half
them.
mesquite, half apple. Do the whole
Yeah.
The old
Good old
shakeroo.
shake around.
the whole wrist turn in action.
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe even do a little science project and
Oh.
swing it around, just for shits and giggles.
Really throw the love in there.
Yeah, and then just dump her in. But
And
yeah,
then
that's been
just
my
let her
favorite.
bake.
I use that for everything because the mesquite gives you a
Like-
bold flavor,
like
and then the apple
smoky.
gives a
Yeah, the
good
sweet,
flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
yeah.
Golly.
I
We're
am
going to have to stop.
so hungry now. Yeah,
Yeah?
we're gonna have to
It's okay.
pause this. I need to go change my pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Oh, my gosh.
So good.
So this is happening tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
So are we? Yeah, it's happening tomorrow. Are we? What are we putting with this brisket?
Oh, so I make my own coleslaw.
God
I make
bless
my
you.
own corn salad. What else? Those are the main two that I pair.
Is this
with that.
so? Is all this from growing up, or is like this something you dove into in Texas?
Both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, so like, I mean, my upbringing was kind of weird. Like I I don't know. I didn't learn it from my dad or anything like that. I've always been that person that just goes out. I'd say that's my biggest disconnection with my kid and I. It was like, I didn't have this, my dad didn't have a bass boat, none of that. Nothing. He was a good dad, just not
same.
Not the same. Like, I give him all these opportunities, and he just wants nothing to do with it. I'm like, you little bastard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If I was given this,
But no, I mean, it definitely was, from the upbringing of just like, I'm very passionate about my culture. I won't ever go back, but very passionate about that.
So did you teach yourself all this barbecue stuff?
So that was another thing. Once I dive into something, I love it.
Full bore.
I will.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
It's a problem.
It is a problem. I literally have so many hobbies.
Yep.
Like, for me, this is one of the first times in my life where I could definitely tell you that fishing is my number one. Like, thank the good Lord he made those seasons and the opposite from hunting.
Yeah.
Really, because I'd have a hard time going, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
It'd be fishing. Absolutely.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, I might go hungry if we, don't have grocery
do you
stores.
do you do barbecue sauce with this brisket every time?
Yeah, so I don't use it personally, but I always make barbecue sauce with it because everyone likes good barbecue sauce. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially because there's two cuts of meat really on a brisket. You got your point and your flat. The flat is typically, it's got less marbling through it, less fat content, so you're not getting, it's a little bit drier, so a little bit of flavorful barbecue sauce will make that cut even better. But the point, no, I don't.
Yeah,
that's got all those rendered fat. That's just
got to go in by itself.
Yep. You chop that or make burn ends. Yeah. Burn ends is probably my favorite thing to do with barbecue sauce.
So how do you do that?
So you're gonna take a portion of that point off where it kind of crosses, and you cut that off, and you're gonna cut it into 1 inch by 1 inch cubes. And usually there's, it's half and half where you've got a fat cap and then a solid chunk of meat in there, and you're gonna put it back on the smoker just like that with honey, brown sugar, and then a barbecue sauce that you make from anywhere from. You can do it in as little as 45 minutes. I like to put it just at 225, and then do it for another 2 hours if I'm doing burn ends.
Oh, dang.
Real slow. Because that barbecue sauce helps. Man. Oh, yeah.
Well, it sounds like you got to be, obviously, but you are.
I've had a couple ex-wives, so I'm pretty patient. Yep. Gotta throw that in there because hopefully they're watching.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, that's it. We're doing burn ends too. Gotta do her.
Well, it sounds
we'll do the start to finish on that.
Yeah, the start to finish. Oh man. All right, let's see. What else do we got here?
Let's do the camera again before we move on. I didn't set a timer.
How do you
Jordan? I didn't set a timer this time, so I'm not sure where we're at.
We don't want to miss any golden content.
It is 17 and I do have to take out 15.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're gonna wrap her. All right.
Before you tap her?
Who would play your character in a biography?
Like an actor?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I know.
Who's American Sniper?
Oh, Bradley Cooper?
Yeah.
Really?
No?
This is a question y'all should answer.
Yeah, I could see that. Bradley Cooper. Yeah. That's actually not a bad suggestion.
I thought it was good.
Do
you not like Bradley Cooper?
I don't know. I don't know anything about him.
Well, not the man.
He did play Chris Kyle in American Sniper.
He does have that on his resume, so.
Oh, well, let's look. Are you just wondering about his resume?
That'll do.
Definitely like Chris Hemsworth. I definitely do.
Oh, there you go.
The little Thor action.
There we go. Okay, fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
So
that man, wonderful.
Top 2 role models. We'll finish with that. Top 2 role models and influences in life.
I definitely go back to Zig Ziglar.
Yeah.
Definitely for that. And then I'm gonna use the whole all right, Matthew McConaughey quote here. So I'd probably say me in 10 years. So that's like, I'm always striving, pushing, and you never catch up to that. You know, I think people can, a mentor has flaws, and you have flaws too, but like if you're competing against you, Like, there's no other thing. And that's the great thing to strive for. And I think that's what a mentor kind of like, not just a mentor, but like someone that you're looking up to, your ideals when it comes to it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough. I like it.
Good deal.
Well, everybody, Zac Phillips. This is the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah.
Come talk to him about a
Come
membership.
talk to him. Yep. Come meet him. Hang out with us at the gym. Do all the fun things. Get strong. Lift all the weights.
And
All
eat
the
your
weights,
meat.
the gains. Yeah. Meat.
That was my grandpa's saying. He always told us.
Eat
he
the
was,
meat.
When I could remember my life,
There needs to be a Mecca slogan.
he was
like,
had cancer, so he
like
couldn't
that.
eat.
Oh,
But he
like
always
we
come and
have
tell us
the
to eat your meat.
meats. We have
Eat
the
your meat.
gains.
we got the
don't know.
gains.
Meats. No, never mind. We had that one catchphrase when we were messing around when I first started training with you. We said sex, weights, and protein shakes.
Ah, yes.
Sex weights.
But
and
then we
protein
were just
shakes.
like, what did we say? And then we said in the before marriage, it was steaks, weights, and protein shakes.
Oh,
steaks,
God.
weights,
That's
and
one of my
protein
favorite
shakes.
things. Is the thing is like, why do you work out? To look cooler during sex. Yeah,
Yes, absolutely. American
Oh, it's not
Psycho right
yeah.
there.
American Psycho, right?
Yeah.
It's
if
not
y'all
to
seen that movie.
better yourself. Nope. To look
No.
cooler while having sex.
Yeah,
Image.
literally.
Literally.
Look good naked.
Look
Yep.
good naked.
That's a common quote. Well,
Yes.
everybody, it's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of banter.
Yes.
Hope you all enjoyed. We will catch you next week. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks.